Hey everyone, it is I once again, Mr. Cinema Junkie, and I am here to enter Paul's contest, Summer the God. Um, very, very cool contest, very cool prizes. Um, cannot be denied. Um, Paul has kind of a reputation as far, I'm sure with quite a lot of people, but for me personally, this man is the king of the B movies. He knows his stuff when it comes to B movies. And his contest, he wants us to recommend B movie titles, either horror or sci fi or a mixture of both. So when you come to present titles to Mr. Selmer the God, you better come correct. And I had to swim through like a whole collection of titles. And I hope that this this will in some way represent some of the better ones that, or at least some of the more entertaining ones. When it comes to B movies, you start to wane on good and bad as far as the quality of the movie, but you really want it to entertain. So after much thought, I came up with these little gems. First off, is one called Blood Shack. It also went by another title called The Trooper, which was the creature or ghost or whatever the deal that was in the movie was called The Trooper. It's basically about a lady who inherits a little shack in the middle of nowhere, and it's haunted by the Trooper. Um, Rumor has it the budget was like $500, and when you see that movie, you see like every penny of it went to drinking or something because none of it went on the movie. But still, it was one of those movies that you could sit around and kind of bash on a little bit and have fun watching it. Moving right along, everybody's favorite 80s sci-fi slash horror movie, Chud, Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers. That's a mouthful. I remember seeing that one long time ago in the theaters. It was cool. It was, for what it was cool. I liked it. So there you have it, Chud. Um, Alice, Sweet Alice. This was one whose claim to fame is it stars a very young Brooke Shields for a very short moment. She buys the farm pretty early on in the movie. Uh, I liked the movie just because it had like a very, the evil child kind of thing going. Um, or at least, they draw it up to where the child is pretty evil, pretty wicked. She's twisted. Um, I like that kind of stuff. So it wasn't great, but it was good enough. One that I would definitely own. Alice, Sweet Alice. Also, the original Little Shop of Horrors. Now I know Paul has kind of a thing about black and white movies. He would rather see the colorized versions. I'm one of those ones that I like the rich black and white originals, but I'm sure there's a colorized version of the original Little Shop of Horrors out there somewhere. Pick it up if you don't have it already. The original Mother's Day from 1980, I believe, 80, 81. It was a Kaufman movie uh, about a mom who raises her sons to be killers and rapists. Very over the top, very very brutal, and in some instances pretty bad, but a lot of fun, loads of fun. Mother's Day, definitely check that one out. Um, who can argue? The Stuff. In fact, they're going to show that at a theater here in Chicago very soon on the big screen. The Stuff. I'm debating whether I want to go see that or not because I haven't. It's been a while since I've seen it. Um, some type of life form that takes on the shape of ice cream, and people ingest it and they get taken over, and one kid knows the truth and he's on a mission to destroy the stuff. Uh, Somebody had that crazy idea, and someone greenlit that sucker to be made into a movie. Got to give them props for that. Street Trash. That's another favorite gory exploitation type horror movie. I guess you could call it exploitation. Over the top gore. One of the highlights of the movie is this guy's penis gets cut off, and they play keep away with it, throw it back and forth, and you see it flying through the air and such, and it gets pretty nasty. But the movie centers around uh, this liquor store owner finds a case of this stuff called Viper, bottles of this stuff called Viper, looks like liquor, and he sells it for $1 a bottle because he doesn't know what the heck it is. The winos get a hold of it, they start drinking it, it starts melting them, deteriorating them, just dissolves them into a puddle of goo. So that's always a lot of fun. Also, I've heard this mentioned in certain circles. I did a review on it for Crap Cinema Central. Hard Rock Zombies. Now, you hear these fucking people, man? I swear to God, it's like 6 in the morning. There is no excuse for this. Anyways, Hard Rock Zombies. Sorry about that. It is, the title says it all. It's a rock band that they meet their demise to the hands of some evil people, and they're brought back to life through music. The movie was a number one bad, but there was some fun to be had in it, so it made the list for me. Not to be outdone, Redneck Zombies. First time I saw that one, I couldn't believe I was watching what I was watching. Very comical, pretty funny in some scenes. Straight to video fare. Loads of fun. I believe Troma bought the rights to that movie and re-released it, so give it a shot. Redneck Zombies. That one's also a winner. Old 70s drive-in type movie called I Drink Your Blood. It was loosely based on the Manson family murders. A bunch of hippie bikers come into town, terrorize a bunch of people, and this kid decides he's had about enough of them. So he gets some blood samples from some rabid animals and injects these meat pies with the blood. The bikers get a hold of it. Or the gang, I should say, gets a hold of it. They eat it. They get rabies, and they turn into maniacs and start going at one another. Cheesy fun all the way around. It was a blast. I loved it. A lot of times when you find it on DVD, it's going to be a double feature with I Eat Your Skin. I Eat Your Skin could have made the list, but it was a pretty bad rendition of a cannibal movie. I didn't really care for it too much. But I Drink Your Blood is a definite winner. So definitely check that out. Criminally Insane. Crazy Fat Ethel. Criminally Insane. A very simple story about a fat broad who gets sent away to a fat camp, and she comes home and she wants to eat and eat and eat, and her mom is like, hey man, you got to curb that appetite. And in trying to stop her from eating all the cookies and all the ice cream and whatnot, she locks the cabinets on her, and when she tries to get the key from her mother tries to like book on her, and Ethel wasn't having it, man. She knifes her mom. So the whole thing comes to this whole thing of her trying to hide the fact that she killed her mother, and also dealing with her sister and her sister's abusive boyfriend. It's great. I love that movie. I would definitely own that one if I had the opportunity. The second one wasn't so good. Basically, it was just clips from the first one, and then the girl who played Ethel looking a little lighter, actually, like she lost some weight over the years. And she's just sitting there and like, bring me my food, I'm hungry. And then she says, I remember when this happened. And they show clips from the first movie. It's just basically watching the highlights of the first one. So, Crazy Fat Ethel 2, but Criminally Insane, hey, good stuff. And one of the prizes in this contest is the hard box of Black Devil Doll. Please, God, I want that one. So because of that, I am including a hit from 1984 called Black Devil Doll from Hell. I almost thought that Black Devil Doll was a remake of that movie, but no, it was way over the top. But the title's very similar, and the premise is very similar. It has a possessed black doll. So the first one was nowhere near as good as the second, and saying that is kind of a stretch because I know a lot of people don't think Black Devil Doll is that great of a movie. Personally, I dig it. I like it. So yeah, Black Devil Doll from Hell. I believe it was out in 1984. What else? One more, Paul, because you suggested I Am Omega to me, which I actually wound up liking, and because Asylum is so notorious for taking already made movies and turning them into their own little projects, I would like to recommend one to you, and that is Abraham Lincoln versus the Zombies. I believe that's what it's called. Abraham Lincoln versus Zombies. It's an Asylum film. It's right on the heels of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer, but it says very clearly not to be mistaken with the big Hollywood, big budget film of similar name. So they kind of hedged their bets there a little bit and kind of separated themselves from that. I have to say it's not that bad. It's not great, not by any stretch of the imagination, but not bad. No. If you liked I Am Omega as far as like the way the movie was shot and stuff, you may get into Abraham Lincoln versus Zombies. So definitely give it a check. Let me know what you think about it. Those are my heartfelt B-movie recommendations. And this is my entry into Summer of the Gods contest. And if you do not know who Summer of the God is, I would like to see the rock you've been living under, because the man is legend on YouTube. He really is. Short Round, the B-movie hound. Summer of the God, Paul. Everybody's friend, everybody's pal. So definitely check him out. His link will be below. And to everyone else entering this contest, I wish you the best of luck. And I hope you enjoy, whoever wins, I hope you enjoy all your prizes as much as I know I'm going to enjoy my Black Devil Doll hard box. I just know I'm going to get it right here. Positive thinking. All right, guys. You take it easy, and I will be talking to you all real soon.